The NYPD's Hate Crimes Unit is asking New Yorkers for help in finding a group of men they say harassed a Muslim woman on the subway. Investigators say 3 men followed the victim on the 6 train at 23rd Street at around 10 o'clock Thursday evening. They allegedly started taunting her by saying, "You don't belong here," and saying Donald Trump's name. Police say they tried to yank the hijab off of her head before she got off at the 42nd Street Grand Central Station. People we spoke with said they were disgusted by the story.
I think everyone's religious beliefs, colors should all be respected, no matter where you come from, and especially in New York being such a diverse city, this should never happen.
Don't worry, dude. It didn't happen. The whole thing was a hoax. Initially, 18-year-old Yasmin Saweed claimed she was attacked by those evil male Trump supporters who called her a terrorist and threatened her. It was so bad she had to write about it on Facebook, but it reeked of BS, because it was. So check out the latest BuzzFeed headline. Woman arrested for allegedly making up story of NY subway attack by Trump supporters. Now let's compare that to the first BuzzFeed headline of the incident. Drunk men yelling Donald Trump attempt to remove women's hijab on NYC subway. So do you notice what's missing there? No allegedly in the original headline. BuzzFeed was among many who bought the story hook, line, and stinker because they wanted their myth to be true that Trump voters gleefully attack innocent Muslims wherever they go. So they suspended skepticism and they enabled a lie. But what's even worse, Yasmin claimed there were so many witnesses, but none of them helped. So she didn't just waste valuable police time, she smeared an entire city. How stupid must a reporter be to not even question that lie, that no one helped or even took pictures with their camera phone? So we at Fox, we chased this story, we called the cops, we checked it out. Shame on you jackasses for not doing the same thing. As for Yasmin, everybody's going to say she has issues, but so does the media, who make these hoaxes an easy path for attention. Even now, when reporting this lie, they still claim it's an exception among real attacks, which is another lie. But that's our media, who takes fiction as fact because it fits their ghoulish assumptions. It's a hate crime against all of us. You know what drives me nuts, Kim?
We don't have time.
Yes. The subway. I think this, Melissa, I think the subway every morning, people would have acted up. That was the tell that it was false.
Well, people would have taken videos. I mean, 'cause that's what we do. We don't necessarily help or get out there or do anything. You just immediately get out your camera and start taking videos. Look, you saw in one of the pictures that showed her, though, her head is shaved now, and she says that her family shaved her head because of what she had done and where she had actually been. You didn't see that in the article?
Yes.
And, you know, I mean, I don't know. Who knows what's going on in this woman's house, teenage girl?
No, that's assault. If your parents shave your head, that's Muslim on Muslim crime. And that's what she's just calling attention to. Not Trump supporter crime, but if her parents forcibly shaved her head, that's actually a hate crime.
Okay. I mean, we don't know what the truth is with any of this. And so now she's not wearing the hijab. She's showing her shaved head. We don't know. This may be a woman with some serious psychological problems. What we do know is the other side of the spectrum has serious psychological problems is the dishonest media, who is putting forward a story like this when this woman says that this happened to her because they want. This is the kind of story that they want to be put forward. This is that comports with what they believe and what they want to put forward, and they've been very consistent doing this over and over and over again. That's why you have to check your facts.
Yeah. You know, Eric, I know that technically when you're 18, you're a teen. But I think that if she was doing something else, if she wasn't a victim, they would describe her as a young woman. But because she's a victim of Trump supporters, she's a teen.
Yeah, the bias, even in that. But again, fits the narrative, fits the narrative, fits the narrative. Think of the Rolling Stone. Remember that? Yeah. It fit the narrative so perfectly, they didn't even fact check whether or not these students were being raped or not, or there's just accusations. So here it is again. If it fits the narrative, apparently the fact checking, you know, you know what, a little easier on the fact.
Yeah, and Juan, you know why it is? It's like, even if this is the argument, even if one of them is false, if one of these stories is false, it's got to be true somewhere, so that's okay.
Well, here's the thing. I think, you know, you said before, people are going to say she's just troubled and that's the problem. I mean, Kimberly even said she looks like she's got some issues.
Well,
and then I saw in the paper.
Perhaps.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then I saw in the paper.
I have issues.
Well, no, but you're one of us. And then I saw in the paper it said here that her older brother also made up an incident a while back. So
and her sister is vehemently anti-Trump, writes about this.
What is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say this to you. I disagree with you about the larger pattern here. Because I saw a video, to pick up on Melissa's point, that people will take out their cameras, where a guy on an airplane, I think it was a Delta airplane, is screaming nasty stuff.
Saw that.
So I think
he was drunk and he didn't hurt
I don't know if he was
person.
drunk, but I'm telling you, well, he's calling names and standing up and calling people Clinton, all this.
There are drunk people on planes all the time.
Okay, fine.
I am one of them.
I've not seen you stand
You're
up.
You're compromising more than one way.
But I think also, according to the articles, law enforcement agencies say there has been a spike in anti-Muslim violence over
there
the
it is. There it is. Exactly what you said.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if this is false.
If this is fake, somewhere it's going to happen. And it's happening.
I don't get your point. Because this one is fake, all are fake.
No, when you get nailed on having a story that you didn't fact check and is in fact wrong, they back off and say, well, you know, this could be happening. Probably is happening.
No. This is not probably. This is what the numbers
show. It's the Southern Poverty Law Center statistics, and they are not being questioned by the media. They aren't. They're just going, but wait, over here, look at all of this, and then nobody looks at it.
But law enforcement agencies across the country tally. That's what this story says. It's not law enforcement.
When they investigate, this is what happens.
Yeah, but they won't even call it out now. You just read in your monologue. They're saying allegedly who made it up. I mean, come on now. We already know the truth is out. She faked it.
All right, don't go into it. The fastest 7.